I can't keep lying to you anymore. The words didn't come from him. They came from her. His phone was vibrating on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't suspicious. I was just there. The screen lit up. Ashley, work. It rang once. Twice. Then it stopped. A few seconds later, it buzzed again. A message preview flashed across the screen. Are you going to tell her, or do I have to? My stomach dropped so fast I thought I might be sick. And then the phone started ringing again. I don't know what possessed me. But I answered. Hello, a woman's voice said softly. I swallowed. Daniel's in the shower. Who is this? Silence. You're his wife, aren't you? Yes. Another pause. A shaky inhale. He told me you were separated. The world didn't explode. It didn't shatter dramatically. It just tilted. What? I whispered. He said you two were basically done. That it was complicated. I could hear the shower upstairs turn off. Water stopped running. How long? I asked, barely recognizing my own voice. 8 months. 8 months. While we were planning a vacation. While we were arguing over paint colors for the guest room. While he was kissing me goodnight every single evening. I didn't know, she added quickly. I found out yesterday. I saw your anniversary post. My anniversary post. For years married to my best friend. I heard footsteps upstairs. He's coming, I said numbly. I'm sorry, she whispered. The line went dead. 6 years earlier, there was no Ashley. There was just me and Daniel in a kitchen island at a friend's birthday party. I was struggling to open a bottle of soda when he walked over. Need help, he asked, smiling like he already knew the answer. He wasn't loud. He wasn't flashy. He just felt steady. Calm. Like the kind of person who showed up when he said he would. He twisted the cap open and handed it back to me like he'd accomplished something heroic. There you go. I laughed. Wow. My hero. We talked the entire night. About music. About our childhoods. About how he hated olives and I hated horror movies. He listened when I spoke, really listened. Not just waiting for his turn. When I left, he walked me to my car. Can I take you out sometime? He asked, hands shoved awkwardly into his pockets. There was something soft about him. Something safe. I'd like that, I said. And I meant it. The early days felt easy. Late-night drives with the windows down. Singing badly to songs we pretended not to love. Falling asleep on FaceTime because neither of us wanted to hang up first. He remembered small things. My coffee order. The way I got quiet when something was bothering me. The name of my childhood dog. You don't have to carry everything alone, he told me once, brushing hair from my face. And I believed him. There were no obvious red flags. No dramatic warnings. If anything, he was consistent. Predictable. Reliable. When he proposed on a quiet beach at sunset, my answer came before he even finished the question. Yes. I thought I was choosing forever. Maybe I was. Just not the version I imagined. The shift didn't happen overnight. It started with a promotion. More responsibility. More meetings. More late nights. I'm proud of you, I told him one evening as he packed his laptop bag. You're building something. He kissed my forehead. It's for us. At first, I believed that too. Then his phone started living face down. He stepped outside to take calls. He changed his password. We had never hidden our phones from each other before. Not because we policed each other, but because there was nothing to hide. When I noticed the change, I told myself I was being insecure. He deserves privacy, I whispered to myself. Her name started popping up more often. Ashley. She's just a coworker, he said casually when I asked. She's new. I'm helping her get up to speed. Okay, I replied. And I tried to leave it there. But something inside me had started humming. Not screaming. Not accusing. Just humming. He missed dinner more often. I have deadlines, he'd snap when I asked if he was coming home. You've had deadlines all week. Why are you making this into something it's not? That phrase settled into my chest like a weight. Something it's not. Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe I was too sensitive. Maybe I was insecure. One night, while we were watching TV, I reached for his hand. He didn't notice. Or maybe he did. Either way, he didn't squeeze back. Then came the night he didn't come home. At 11:47 p.m., my phone buzzed. Staying at Mark's. Had too much to drink. Daniel hated sleeping anywhere but his own bed. He complained about pillows at hotels. About unfamiliar sheets. But I stared at the message and typed back. Okay. Be safe. When he walked in the next morning, I hugged him. He stiffened. It was quick. Almost invisible. But I felt it. I'm just tired, he said. I nodded. I told myself I was imagining things. Again. Back in the kitchen, the bathroom door opened upstairs. Daniel walked in, towel draped around his neck. Who were you talking to? He asked. I placed the phone carefully on the counter. You tell me. His face shifted. Just slightly. But enough. Did you answer my phone? Who is Ashley? She's my coworker. Who thinks we're separated? Silence. And in that silence, I watched him decide whether to lie or confess. It's not what you think, he started. It's exactly what I think. It just happened. It happened for 8 months? He ran a hand through his wet hair. I didn't mean for it to go that far. So what did you mean for? He didn't answer. Because there wasn't one. The days after felt unreal. Like I was watching someone else's marriage unravel through a fogged window. It wasn't about you, he said. I was stressed. I felt disconnected. You've been distant too. There it was. The pivot. From guilt to justification. I replayed every memory in my head. Every late night. Every time he'd told me I was overthinking. Every time I'd silenced my intuition to keep the peace. Was I blind? Or did I just trust him? My sister was furious. You're not staying, right? She demanded over the phone. I didn't know. That was the most confusing part. Despite everything, a part of me still loved him. Or maybe I loved who I thought he was. He cried. I had never seen him cry like that. I ended it, he said. I'll prove it. I'll do anything. But the betrayal wasn't just physical. It was psychological. He had rewritten our reality. Told another woman I was gone. While sleeping next to me every night. That's the part that hollowed me out. One evening, a week later, we sat across from each other at the dining table in silence. Why didn't you just leave? I asked. He looked exhausted. I didn't want to lose you. You already did. The grief came in waves. One moment I was calm. The next, I couldn't breathe. I'd open our photo albums and feel sick. Was any of it real? Or had I been living in a story by myself? 3 months later, I moved out. Not because I stopped loving him. But because I started loving myself. There's a difference. He begged for counseling. Promised transparency. Swore he would change. And maybe he meant it. But something inside me had shifted too. The safety I once felt with him was gone. And without safety, love feels like anxiety. The day I packed my last box, he stood in the doorway. "I never stopped loving you," he said. I looked at him. "I believe you." And that was the tragedy. Love wasn't the problem. Character was. "I hope you figure out why you needed someone else to feel whole," I told him. Then I walked out. Rebuilding wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. Therapy. Long walks alone. Learning to sleep without listening for someone else's breathing. Some days I missed him so much it physically hurt. Other days, I felt light. Free. Ashley texted me once. I ended it too. "I'm sorry." I didn't respond. Because my closure wasn't with her. It was with myself. It's been a year now. Sometimes I still wonder what would have happened if I hadn't answered that phone. Would he have told me eventually? Would I still be living inside a version of reality that wasn't real? I don't hate him. I don't even hate her. But I learned something the hard way. Trust isn't just about cheating. It's about honesty. It's about not making someone feel crazy for noticing the cracks. If you were in my position, would you have stayed? At what point would you have walked away? Because sometimes love isn't what breaks you. It's the betrayal of who you thought someone was. And sometimes, that's enough to choose yourself.